Hello everyone, this reading is for the second week of October 2021. I hope you're all well. This week astrologically is not quite as exciting as next week is going to be, but you know, we had 6 planets going backwards when we entered this month, and by the time we leave we'll have 4 planets going forward, which is a really great thing for progress. And we're still under Mercury retrograde, but that will be going direct next week. So finish off some things that need to be tied up. It's a good time under retrogrades to do some healing work. Sometimes we feel nostalgic. You might want to spend a little time not future tripping, but fast tripping, or past tripping. All right, let's see what the cards have to say for this week. So, the energy that will be supporting us this week is this gorgeous card. This is the Temperance card. When this card comes up, it is the opposite of black and white thinking, okay? This card is very much about being comfortable, taking a middle road, right? So right now it's interesting because our society is like so polarized on so many things. It might be a good time to open your mind just a little bit to holding 2 different views at the same time, or doing a little mixing up of those views. So that's what this energy is. It oftentimes is blending many things together. I mean, this oftentimes is called the card of alchemy because it takes pieces of lead and turns them into gold, meaning taking things that don't usually match up and recombining them in a way that turns into something that's magical. This is also excellent for blending anything. So this is a card that traditionally is great for blending 2 families together, or creating something new by putting a new element into something old. So that could be in your daily routine. You could start adding something in and it creates a whole new pathway for you. Anyways, that's your supporting energy this week. And the energy that's going to be challenging is interesting. This is the High Priestess. And I think that if she falls in the challenge position, that means some of us are going to be having maybe an inkling or a feeling or a hunch that we really wish we weren't having. So what I'm going to say about that is, wow, if you can look at that truthfully, something that maybe has been under the surface and you've been ignoring it, and pull that up, great thing to do, by the way, in a retrograde, and mix it with this beautiful blending energy. Maybe it's a situation that you just have been like, I don't even want to address that right now, but you choose to. Maybe there's actually a workable or teachable moment in that, right? Because this is about taking 2 disparate things and putting them together in a beautiful new way. So I'm going to say, don't be afraid of your feelings. And this is fundamentally an amazing amount of information. This card brings in information from our subconscious or our intuition. All right, in terms of love, ooh, we have the Emperor. Well, that's a superpower card. So the Emperor, in a sense about relationship, is a bit of a, it's got a couple sides, right? The positive side is just possibly having really good structure to your relationship, right? Where it's not all over the place, that this is coming into a time where you really are in the real world becoming more combined, right? So maybe you're deciding to cohabitate. Maybe you are actually making plans and you're putting money away to make your dreams come true. The Emperor in a relationship can be really powerful in a positive way by doing what I like to call practical magic, which is doing things that are practical to have a magical outcome. You know, some people look at their debt and they just go crazy and pay it all off, and then they're able to, you know, hashtag van life it, things like that, or, you know, get a house. They do it together. That's the positive side of the Emperor energy in love. Now, there is possibly a negative side sometimes, and this is when there's disparate power in a relationship. Somebody is the emperor and someone is the serf, okay? So you just want to make sure, especially if we look at the other energies coming in this week, if you're having a sense that maybe you're always on someone else's agenda, you might want to see if you can pull that out this week under this retrograde and see if you can't recombine the energies of your relationship into something that is more equal for you. But wait, there's more to come. There's more information that's about to be broached. Okay. So this is just more of a general energy reading for the week. I'm just taking the temperature here. So right in the middle, we have what I would say is a more general sort of healing energy, and even getting help with healing if you need it. Again, excellent decision with this many retrogrades, right? So when this energy comes in, this oftentimes means you just need to take a break. And this isn't really like going on vacation. It could look like that. It's more just removing yourself from your daily grind a little bit to refill the well. And oftentimes this Hierophant energy is finding somebody who can help you do that. So this doesn't have to be heavy, but it could be. But it's really about finding help with healing, whether that's physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. The Hierophant is oftentimes either like a spiritual group that you join or some sort of mentor, or it can actually be going back to school. I mean, this could literally be if you've been thinking about, you know, taking some time out of working to get educated, get certified in something. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Just go get some help in resetting. So that's what's right in the middle. And, you know, this is, for some of you, this is coming out of this card in the past, which is just feeling trapped in a situation. And you're like, you know, I can change this. I can change the trajectory. I can do this thing. And like I said, this doesn't have to be massive, but it could be. This is just a message this week. And so in our relationship sector over here, sort of an addition to the Emperor, I love this card. When this card is you in general in your life, but when this falls into an area that talks about you in relationships to other, it's really cool because it means that you're being noticed. Now, this could be romantic, and definitely this may be a week where some of you are pulling some real magnetism. And so you might want to go out and have a good time and meet someone if you're single. But it also can mean in other relationships, work relationships, family relationships. You may be being noticed this week for who you are. And many of you are going to benefit from the reputation that you've built. See, everything that we do becomes what we are. And having a good, solid reputation as to the kind of person you are, the level of work that you do, that's not something that you can really fake for very long. You might be able to do that in the beginning, but this is something that's long-term and well-earned. And you can fall back on it. It's like an investment. You know, our reputations are an investment. And many of you, the topic of parenting may be really strong if you're parents or you're thinking about being parents. That may be coming into play for a lot of people, and this tends to be a very, well, I know the word, a time period where you want to cozy up with your kids or be around children. And there's a lot of people in this reading this week, so it's very interesting because in this reading are many different people. Almost half this reading is just people. But right in the middle, it's like, make sure you're taking time out for yourself, right? So, yeah, this week is going to be a week where, hey, you're really lucky if you have a lot of people in your life. But sometimes the flip side of that is that you're just giving. So you just definitely want to make sure you're making space for yourself. And the outcome is a fascinating combination. Oh, interesting, because we actually had the death card last week, too. Now, this is not death. I do not predict death. This is about transformation. And if I add this card, right, to the energy that we first started with, which is the Temperance, that is also a card of transformation through self-limitation. So I'm going to say this week, this is very much putting in the practice something. Again, sort of like that Emperor energy, like actually doing something in the real world. For those of you who decide to self-limit yourself in some way, whether that's in your spending, in maybe you're drinking or eating or using, our devices that we're on all the time, this week, the message is self-limitation leads to transformation. All right, I hope you found this reading interesting. And I also have done readings for every sign for the month of October. And I'll put the link up right now, right up here. And so you can go check that out. And if you like my channel, please subscribe. Bye.